Hi there, good afternoon, Gabby. I got your email about needing help with the science lab, so I thought I would go and make a quick video and hopefully finish up the models you needed to see and the molecules you needed to see on this video, and hopefully this will help you get through the rest of this lab. So we did the first table together as a class, and you were on Meet, so you saw that. And we also I built the models for, and you sketched, I think, oxygen, O2, water, H2O, and nitrogen, N2. So I have 3 more models to build for you and show you, and then also maybe I can address some of the questions a little bit. So first we'll get started with the first model to build for you, which would be for NH3. In order to make that, I'm going to go over to the simulator here. Now the formula was NH3, so I need an N and I need 3 H's because it's H3. That 3 stands for how many H's I need in this particular formula. So you can see that the N has 5 dots around it, okay? And 3 of those are bonding electrons. The H's each have 1 dot around them. So each of those are bonding electrons. So I'm going to bond those together, and I'm going to make this NH3 molecule. Notice these bonds are made when the electrons get shared between them. So that's an NH3 molecule. Okay, well, what would that look like with the model? So nitrogen was blue, okay, and the hydrogens were yellow. So I need 1 blue and 3 yellows. I'm going to put this together. Nitrogen had 3 places to put bonds on it on our model. So each of those places can hold a bond. That's a stick. So these are the nitrogen sticks, bonds. I'm going to bond a hydrogen there, and a hydrogen there, and I have NH3, the model. Okay, so that's what an NH3 would look like. All right. Now, the next thing to do is the next formula is CO2. CO2. So I'll go back to my molecule maker. I'll get rid of this one. And for CO2, I need 1 carbon, C, and I need 2 oxygens. Let's see. 2 oxygens. Okay, this carbon has 4 bonding electrons around it, and each oxygen has 2 bonding electrons. So I'm going to make the bonds with those. Okay, so that works out. I'll move this oxygen over here so it can make its bonds with these. And that's going to be CO2. CO2. That's what this Lewis structure looks like. So how would I make the model of that? Well, carbon for our models is black, and oxygen's red. O is red, so I need a black and 2 reds. And the carbon has 4 places to put bonds, and the oxygens each have 2. So I'm using springs for this because springs are flexible, so I can show that the carbon and oxygens are double bonded to each other. Double bonded to each other. So that's why I'm using the springs for this model. They want to hold together, that is. So I'll put 1 oxygen on that end with those 2 springs, put another oxygen on this end with these 2 springs, and I have my carbon dioxide, CO2. That's what that one would look like. All right. Now, 1 more I need to make from the lab. So back to the lab. 1 more that I need to make is CH4. CH4. So back to my builder. Get rid of this one because I'm done with it now. Get to go in the trash. There it goes. CH4, I need a C. And I need 4 H's. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can probably figure out how this one goes already. Each H has one bonding electron. There are 4 of them, so I can bond them to the 4 bonding electrons from the carbon. And I can make a molecule of CH4. So that one's what that one looks like. So if I want to build that on my model kit, carbon again is black, hydrogen again is yellow, so I need 4 yellows, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I got 4 yellows, and I got 1 black. The black takes 4 bonds, so I'll put those 4 bonds in the black. And each hydrogen can attach to one of those. So I have built a molecule, of CH4. Looks like that. CH4. All right. So now you know what all of those look like from the model point of view. So you should be able to fill the rest of this out in terms of drawing a sketch of each in colors, okay? And let me tell you what the names of each of these are so you can fill that in, and we'll talk about element or compound also. The name of NH3 is ammonia, A-M-M-O-N-I-A. The name for CO2, I mentioned it when I showed you the model, is carbon dioxide. And the name for CH4 is methane. Going back to whether they're elements or compounds in this column, remember that an element is only one kind of atom. In this model, we had a blue and 3 yellows. That's 2 kinds of atoms. So in that model, ammonia must be a compound. You can kind of think of it as if it's got more than one color in the model, it must be a compound. Carbon dioxide, also, if we look at that model again, it's got black and red. It's got 2 colors. So it must also be a compound. And last but not least, our methane has black and 4 yellows, 2 different colors at least. So that's a compound. All right. So that gets you to fill out the rest of the table. Now, I want you to try these questions, okay, and then email me if you have any that are difficult for you to answer, all right? So I'll be in touch.